There's a point in every player's path in the strongest battlegrounds where you know how to combo, but for some reason you struggle to win fights, whether it's ranked or the regular battleground. You feel stuck, like you can't win any fights with people around your kill level. Well, there's four things that most mid-game players don't realize that can seriously help them in a fight, and I'm going to cover these methods of practice, and you can get as good as most pros with these. The biggest flaw that I've actually seen in most players, even in high ranks, is they ragdoll cancel incorrectly. It sounds weird, but yeah, there is a correct and incorrect way to ragdoll cancel in a fight. It's actually crucial in the outcome of the fight. I'm going to show two clips. One is me ragdoll canceling correctly, and one is me ragdoll canceling incorrectly. The big difference in this situation is baiting. Against the Garu, I ragdoll canceled and gained nothing from it. I mean, had I not ragdoll canceled, nothing would have changed. I would have taken the same amount of damage as I did with ragdoll canceling without. In the case of Saitama though, ragdoll canceling saved me from getting hit by an uppercut, which means I take less damage from the uppercut compared to had I didn't ragdoll cancel, and another bonus, now his uppercut is on cooldown. My point here is just be careful how you use your ragdoll cancel. It affects the gameplay a lot, because if the Garu landed another hit on me, it would have been over. Since I had no ragdoll cancel, he can just combo me as much as he wanted, and quite frankly, unless he messes up, I can't do anything about it. And the fights shouldn't be about the fault of the opponent, but how you counter their style of attacking. Ragdoll canceling is one of the most important methods of countering. The biggest flaw with Garu is his counter. Not because the counter's bad, but because it's baitable. Atomic too, it's just counters. Baiting is the next best thing you can do besides ragdoll canceling to greatly improve your fights. The most common times that people counter is during a down slam extender. For those who don't know what down slam extender is, where they're already on the ground and you do down slam to reset the ragdoll time. As weird as it is, that's counterable, and everybody loves to counter that. So what you do instead is right when you're about to down slam, jump to do the down slam and just hold block instead of M1ing, just in case they decide to attack. Then they're left open after the counter, and instead of a down slam extender, you have a whole new set of M1s that you can use before your next move. This is actually really important in higher ranks and even in lower ranks, because new players love to counter and absolutely spam it. Just make sure not to M1 too early so you get hit by it, but that's pretty much it for baiting. It's really, really good. Another important tip is to side dash. Side dash is so important because when you forward dash, when you dash into them, they can very, very easily predict it and block it. And the only really chance you have is if you can loop around them before they can react, which doesn't always work. And you really shouldn't rely on that at all. It's not good because you can mess up and then you're left in the open always, every single time, unless you have extremely low ping. But besides that, there's not a whole lot you can do after forward dashing. So side dashing is your next best option, because what's good about it is you can side dash and M1 at the exact same time. So your side dash like hides your M1 animations and makes it really good, because not only are you not left in stun, meaning you can hold block afterwards if they block it, and if they don't, you're in a new M1 set. It's also extremely unpredictable because you can't really see that it's happening, and it's a lot faster. And for example, like a forward dash, you can see it happening from a mile away. With side dashing, you have to be really close to the enemy and you don't even know that it's happening. So side dashing is extremely important and really helps out. The last thing that I see most new players fail at, and is really important and can improve your gameplay a lot, is playing more passive. I don't mean holding S and holding block for most of the fight, but seriously, what a lot of people do is just rush the opponent with forward dash and just M1, 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 and that doesn't always work because the opponents like to play passive, and that doesn't end well for you. That's why Sonic is not a good new character for players, for newer players. That's just not good. People say it is. It's just not, because all of it's blockable, and if you just spam, that won't work against people that know how to fight it. So play basically anything besides Sonic, but it's just playing more passive, holding block, predicting moves by holding block, because you gotta know what's blockable, what's not. and it's really just a consistency of holding block and mainly countering attacks rather than rushing for it. You wait for them to come to you and find a spot for where they are um, stunned, and then you start attacking them and start your combo. And if they land a combo on you, use your ragdoll cancel appropriately, but just play passive rather than always rushing the opponent, because that doesn't work well, especially for newer players that don't know how to engage a fight properly. So play more passive in your fights, and it really helps.